Rust isn't just a survival game, it's a social experiment. A world where players build, fight, betray, and form alliances in order to survive. But how did Rust actually come to life? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of how one of the most popular survival games of all time was made. The story of Rust starts with a small, independent studio in the UK, Facepunch Studios. Before Rust, Facepunch was mostly known for Garry's Mod, a sandbox game that became a massive hit thanks to its creative freedom. After the success of Garry's Mod, Gary Newman, the founder of Facepunch, wanted to try something new. We loved DayZ, and we wanted to make a game like it, so we did. But soon they realized they couldn't match DayZ's world scale. So instead, we came up with the idea of having the player create the world. We give them the tools, they make the world. Rust actually started off as a DayZ clone, but then we decided that we are sick of fighting zombies and can't compete with the Arma Island in terms of landmarks and towns. Rust was originally inspired by DayZ, a mod for Arma 2 that combined zombies and survival mechanics. But Garry and his team decided to strip away the zombies. They believed the real tension and drama came from interactions between players. The moments when you decide whether to trust a stranger, form a group, or attack first. He was fascinated by the concept of survival, not just fighting monsters, but surviving against nature, hunger, and most importantly, other players. In late 2013, Facepunch released an experimental project called Rust. Rust entered early access on Steam in December 2013. Rust's first versions were rough, extremely rough. The graphics were simple, the world was small, and the mechanics were basic. One of the biggest challenges during development was balance. How do you make a survival game fun when other players can kill you and take everything you own? Rust developers constantly tweak systems, from crafting and base building to weapon balancing. Over time, they introduced blueprints, raids, and more advanced construction tools. Another huge step was abandoning the old engine and rebuilding Rust in Unity, which allowed for better graphics, larger maps, and more ambitious features. But the core idea was already there: survival, crafting, and player-driven interaction. Players quickly realized that Rust wasn't about fighting the environment, it was about surviving other people. However, by 2014, the team realized that the original codebase was holding them back. So in 2014 to 2015, Facepunch made the bold decision to rebuild Rust from scratch in the Unity engine, creating what the community called experimental Rust. This became the foundation of the modern game. There were a lot of stupid decisions made in the old codebase, decisions made when we didn't know what game we were making. But what really made Rust explode was the community. Streamers and YouTubers showcased the chaos, betrayals, and epic battles that happened inside the game.
Kill one more. Kill one more. Holy.
Oh my god, let's go!
Holy deleted, bro.
Suddenly, Rust wasn't just a game. It was a stage for human drama. You could log in one day, make friends, build a base together, and the next day, get betrayed and lose everything. That unpredictability became Rust's trademark. By 2018, Rust had transformed from a rough survival experiment into a polished, feature-rich game. Facepunch continued to release updates, adding electricity, farming, vehicles, and more. In 2021, Rust saw a massive resurgence when some of the biggest streamers on Twitch, like XQC, Shroud, and Pokimane, started playing together on custom servers. This event brought millions of new players to Rust and cemented its place as one of the greatest survival games ever made. Rust was never about fancy graphics or scripted stories. It was about people, the unpredictable, chaotic, and sometimes hilarious ways humans interact when survival is on the line. From a small experimental project to a global phenomenon, Rust has proven that the most dangerous enemy in a survival game isn't the environment, it's other players. And that's what makes Rust so special. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Rust's history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. What's your craziest Rust story?